these takes are too hot for Monday. That's why we do Hot Take Tuesday. Some takes are just half-baked, and one take is probably fake.
Hot Take Tuesday.
Hello and welcome to Hot Take Tuesday with Zach and Shae at ImprovBroadway. I'm Zach.
And I just dropped my sunglasses.
And we're at ImprovBroadway. And with us is the hottest, takiest boy of it all, Caleb on the keys. This is our inaugural episode, and this let me explain the format. We all got hot takes that are just boiling up that we want to bring into Musical Monday or any of our other programming, but we can't. So we saved it all for here. So what are we going to do? We're going to share our hot take. Maybe there will be agreement. Maybe there'll be disagreement and fiery confrontation. And then to get us all back on the same page, we're going to sing about it. Sounds pretty good, right? It's a flawless formula.
And I don't want anyone in the comments saying, oh, everyone can make a podcast. Anyone can make a podcast.
Yeah.
And we decided to...
Proper grammar is correct. Not everyone, it's anyone can. And we're anyone, and we did. Yeah. And we made two. At least. Oh, man. Well, y'all ready for the first hot take of the episode?
I guess.
Shrek II is not a good movie. And I'm not even saying it's like, because it is heralded as the best of the Shrek franchise. I'm not even saying it's like comparable, because Shrek 1 is a masterpiece. Shrek 2 is just not a good film. It's a rehash. They're doing a lot of the same jokes. The story doesn't really make sense. The songs aren't as charming. I don't like it.
I gotta be honest, I don't know if I remember anything that happens in Shrek 2.
Exactly.
What's crazy is that if you said this take when Shrek 2 came out, everyone would be like, duh, loser.
Yeah.
Why are you already saying what we already know?
Right.
But because of tastes, kids today.
It's become a meme that Shrek 2 is the superior movie.
Yeah. I will say the fairy godmother I like her.
She is good.
She's got bosoms. And
that's what I like about it.
She's got sass. The one scene I remembered before I rewatched it is when she goes through like the medieval Happy Meal. And she's like, two Mick axes. It's better than that.
That was probably the first draft of it. It's like, okay, what could it be? Oh, man.
What's medieval? Weapons.
But I do remember thinking that when Shrek transforms into a human, somehow being like, he's even uglier than he is as an ogre.
I don't remember. I must have blocked that from my memory because I don't remember that at all.
Do you remember that scene from Shrek 2 where Shrek just turns into a human and then these like 2 to 3 barn babes just come out and are like, oh my, take me now.
Because the animators couldn't just create a handsome man. And so they were like, oh gosh, how do we prove that he's attractive? And they're like, I know, just have 3 bosom barn ladies be like, I wish I could kiss you.
Like, they'll convince them. They know.
The bosom barn babes. I bet the lead animator just animated himself into the film and he's like, yeah, let's have these babes be all over me. Because not only is he not attractive, he looks better as Shrek. But it's like, why are these 3 hotties just chilling in a barn ready to pounce on the first hot guy that pops into
Every
their
barn
purview?
I've ever been to has just been filled with babes.
Really?
Yeah.
That babe the pig.
That'll do, babes. That'll do. Oh, man.
The other thing that's crazy is that Fiona really doesn't have that big of a role. Like, I laughed so hard in the first Shrek when she's kicking all of those Robin Hood men. Yes. And it gets faster and faster. They're like,
Fiona makes no choices in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Everything is chosen for her.
She's acted upon. And then also, it's like, everything's like they should be humans. Okay.
Yeah, that's a sub hot take. They should take the win and be like, we'll be human, right? This is just better for the world.
Everyone was so cruel to them.
Shrek and Fiona should have stayed human. It would have been better for everybody.
So, let me be clear. Your hot take is whatever people don't like about you, if you have an opportunity to change it, just change it.
No, I'm not saying
Just
that as
change
a generality at all. I'm saying in this specific instance, being ogres was a painful choice for them in their lives.
Yeah, Shrek loved being human. Donkey loved being a beautiful, majestic horse.
They got
and it's
everything
like,
they wanted.
Are you sure you want to go back to being an ogre? And it's like, yeah. But they never explained why. It's like, man, I love living in muck.
Because his life did change for the better. Like,
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm just saying.
If someone was like, okay, Zach, you can go from like a 6.5 to a 9, and you can just stay that way. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll just go to a 9. It's like, no, I got to stay true to myself, and I got to be who I be. It's like, oh, that's crazy.
Which is a less attractive person. Yeah, I mean, like, if they had explained why, and that's what me and Zach were talking about, is like, if they had shown that, like, their lives were worse in some way, or like they didn't get to be themselves. Like if everyone was like, you're a hot guy now, you can't play in the mud anymore. But like he could still play in the mud as a hot guy if he wanted to. And people would be like, those barn babes would be like, oink, oink, little baby.
Yeah, you just can't pull full candles from your ears. That's it. That's the only thing.
Even just that alone seems worth it to me.
You're living in darkness.
Because like, what other candle-sized things could I hide in there? You know, batteries? Like, oh, you want some AAA's? Clunk, clunk, ding, 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 ding.
Well, I don't think he's putting stuff in there. I think he's creating stuff.
Oh, that was an earwax candle,
yeah,
wasn't it?
but that would be cool if he could create other stuff out of earwax, if it was like a 3D printer inside his ear.
Nope, I think it's just conical. It's just a conical, nasty wax, which seems very uncomfortable. But you know what? I think this calls for a song we wrote about it, and it's
Be who you be.
and it's all about like be who you are if who you are is better than who you are.
Oink, oink.
Oink, oink.
In this song called "Be Better Than Who You Are."
You can still be yourself if you just have a little help. Being a little bit stronger, a little more attractive, a little bit better at getting cool looks from the cool crowd.
It is harmful to be a walking horror. It helps no one to be an ogre. If someone offers you a magical potion to change you into someone better, there's no shame in taking it, improving yourself. You're looking at community and says that I'll help. Cause instead of being a monster, you could be even better if you just improve yourself.
Be who you are, but better. 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 The thing I keep asking myself about Fiona is, did she really want to be an ogre? Because she lived her whole life with fancy sheets and fancy pins, fancy life.
I mean, Shrek was shunned his whole life until he became human like his natural wife. And he got high fives from everyone in town. No, let's go back being the ogre where everyone frowns.
Like, was Fiona in the womb already wanting a toad balloon? Like, did she wake up in her bed and think, I'd rather eat cockroaches instead?
She should be better, be better, be better than who she is.
Be yourself, but better.
Be yourself, but
Be
better.
yourself, but better. I'm talking to you, Fiona. Be yourself, but better. They never explain what's so alluring about having a swamp. And why is it so much more comforting than living in the normal palace world?
And one thing that's wonky, I feel bad for Donkey. He was truly depressed when he went back to he was sad. He really wanted to be a white horse. He liked it.
It doesn't change who you are if you're a white stallion. So why not just let him?
I'll still be who I am if I'm 6'5". I think if that were true, I'd be happier to be alive.
Be who you are, but
Be who you are, but better.
Be who you are, but better. We've all got problems. We all wish we could get better.
And you can with magic. Just don't mess it up. First hot take done.
Hot take complete.
Okay, here it is. I don't think it's that weird if you date your stepbrother, if you haven't been step brothers or step siblings for a certain amount of time.
So,
Does that make sense?
So what's the
Yeah.
line?
I don't know what the cutoff is.
Like
one day,
our parents
okay,
just got married
fine.
60 days ago.
I'm going to say if it's been 10 years, but it happened when you were 14, then it's okay to date your step sibling.
Your parents get married. You
Yeah.
both are 14.
Yeah.
You live in the same house
Yeah.
until you move out to go to college
Yeah.
or do whatever you're going to do.
I think
Then you
that's
decide, you know what?
I think-
Let's stay.
I think if you share family meals as minors for any period of time, you're not allowed to make out with that person.
Really? Even
Yeah.
if you're 14 and you're like,
Even if you're 14, the epitome of adulthood.
you're both 14, and it's just like you both have, you know, a little bit who you are. It's just like, imagine getting to live with your crush as a teenager. To me, that'd be cool.
This sounds more like a Shae fantasy rather than a hot take.
It's not a fantasy. I'm just saying I don't think people should get as mad about it as they do.
I mean, like, biologically, obviously. But I just think it's like one of those things. It's like your parents made their choice for you. And you're not allowed anymore. Sorry. That's just how society works.
I feel like that's unfair. To me, that's like a Romeo and Juliet, like twisted fates. And it's like, who are your parents to tell you who you can and cannot
Here's
be
the
with?
real victims. Your children. So how did your parents meet? Well, they lived in the same house and took baths together. You always take baths with them, and no matter what the age.
See,
that's every
yeah.
step
So then
sibling.
that's what I think is weird, is that you think 14-year-olds are taking baths together.
Well, you guys didn't?
Now, when you were 14?
Yeah.
Zach, I stopped at 7 bathing with my siblings.
You guys
I-
didn't take baths at 14?
I never took a bath with any of my siblings, and
Ever?
it shows.
You guys are very distant.
We don't hug. We don't
I
touch.
was just thinking, you guys, like, I think it would be closer if we took more baths together growing up, you know?
It's never too late to start.
I would say the one situation where I agree with Shae would be if you started dating this person and then your parents get married. 'Cause
Really?
then the beginning of your relationship was as romantic interest, as opposed to, hey, we're siblings now, but oh wait, maybe there's something else gonna happen later as well.
What if they're both like 17? What if they're both 20? Does that change
think-
anything for you?
I think if you are an adult and you don't live in the house anymore,
Yeah.
I think then it's very different.
What?
It's still a little weird.
Because you have to parade around as siblings.
Yeah.
And in your scenario, for 4 years. Minimum before they go off to college.
I think I must have just been pretty distant from my siblings because I'm like, you still don't see them
That's
that
true. She
much.
never bathed with her siblings at all.
I didn't
that's
bathe.
the problem.
Like, I guess we had family dinners, but like, I never saw, like, it wasn't like any of us were walking around in our
Yeah.
boxers.
And you dated one of your brothers for a couple months.
Yeah. Is that so wrong?
I'm just saying, if that's not wrong, what I did definitely isn't weird.
He could have been my stepbrother for all we know. But you know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm like, it's not that. Like, I saw kids at my school more than I saw my siblings.
And yet you
So
dated the
think
people
about
at
that.
school.
Because I didn't have a stepbrother. But if I had a
Okay, the reason
stepbrother,
you dated someone at school is because you didn't have a stepbrother. If you had a stepbrother, you would have been dating him for sure.
if he was a better option, yeah.
While you were, so
Oh,
you're saying you
man.
dated him while you were living in the house.
Yeah.
It's shocking. Shocking. Appalling.
But I'm saying, like, what's your rebuttal to seeing someone more at school, then you see them at home. If there's no bathroom crossover, there's like different bathrooms. What's the difference?
Okay, here's
Truly.
here's the litmus test.
Okay.
Who's your mom and dad? Okay, get that answer. Who's your mom and dad? If it's the same, if there's any crossover, that's the test.
But if
That doesn't work with anyone at school.
But if my mom remarried someone and someone was like, who's your mom and dad? I would say Phil and Cerise. I wouldn't replace father Philip with a new stepdad.
What would you have if your mom got married, say, when you were 12 years old?
Yeah.
Maybe, right? You would maybe...
It's
my
much
gosh,
more
that'd
likely
be
that
sad.
person's gonna be. I mean, you call him like he's my dad, and I've got dead dad,
Some people
and I
would,
call
some
him dead
people
dad.
wouldn't.
I would never do that. I would always name my true parents.
And
Every time
date.
you address, your name's Richard, but my true father is Phil. You don't have to
And
do
the
this
reason for that
every
is so that
time
I
you
can
talk.
date your son.
Okay, not that my grandpa dated his step siblings, but he did not view his stepmother as a mother at all. Like,
yeah.
there was
So
just,
common.
not that
Sure,
connection.
and that...
So
Yeah, and that's maybe a totally different hot take we can take.
Yeah, and I would date my stepmom. That's what I'm saying. Because we took baths together.
See, that's wrong.
Well, tomato, tomato.
Let's show them the song that we made about this.
Oh yeah, what was the song we made about this specific scenario? Let's start with the
bathing
kissy
with your
noise.
siblings.
No, it's not that one. We decided not to finish
it's
that
rated
one.
R.
Will you go to prom with me, brother?
Yeah.
What are you doing, step bro? Was that the one?
I guess so.
Well, we made so many songs about this.
Yeah,
What's
was
your
it-
call?
Yeah. Which one? Do you want to sing the prom one? Do you want that weird one? Do you want the...
Wanna do the safe prom one or?
Yeah, let's see. What would it look like asking your stepbrother to prom?
In this song called Will You Go to Prom with Me?
I know.
I'm bathing. What are you doing? Close the door. Oh my gosh, this is the third time this week. Let me at least towel off. All right, what is it, step sis?
I changed my mind.
What?
I was gonna ask you to prom,
That's crazy.
but then I saw you naked and realized it's not that long.
Not long since we've been step siblings. I get it. It's not that weird. You know, all the weird dynamics with stepsisters are not what I feared.
But just 'cause we're not gonna date doesn't mean that we can both bathe in the same bathtub. Even though we're not in love, doesn't mean we could shower together. So get that out of your pervert mind, 'cause I know that you keep laying that idea down, hoping that we'll find.
All I'm saying, you wash my back, and I'll wash yours. You help me with math class, and I'll take over some of your chores.
Those are two very different things, fractions and bathing. So I just wanna keep them separate, since we're both step siblings.
But neither of us have dates for prom, and prom's tomorrow night. Maybe we could go just as friends. You think that would be alright?
I'm really tempted to say okay, because we don't share the same DNA. And I only see you sharing meatloaf. It's not like you're my real bro, so let's go to prom together. Let's not make it weird.
Let's go to prom.
Let's go to prom together. Let's not make it weird.
Like you can hold my arm as we walk through the door.
We can both get a corsage garage together, 'cause we'll use the same car.
And we can do a slow dance, but the second the Black Eyed Peas play, we're gone. Because this body is not comfortable for you to grind on.
But we can still dance with the Bible apart to a slow John Legend song. As long as every one of our peers don't have their eyes on us. Let's go to prom together, but let's not make it weird. Let's go to prom together, but let's not make it weird.
And if we have a long limo ride back, you can rest your head on my lap. And I promise I won't slowly guide my hand onto your back.
And it's fun 'cause we can both bring the same chaperone. And it can be our shared dad, Joey Malone.
Yeah, my dad, a Joey Malone. He wanna make sure we're not left alone. And he puts his room in between our rooms here at home.
So let's go to prom together, and let's not make it weird. Let's go to prom together, and let's not make it weird.
Oh man.
Hot take complete.
Okay, my hot take would be if you're married, you should share bank accounts. Share your money.
You're crazy.
You're insane. He broke the show. That's just crazy.
Yeah, that is coming from someone who my wife makes more money than me, so it benefits
You
me.
would like that.
I do like it a lot.
Yeah, I would like that too if I shared a bank account with a sugar person.
I think that, like, unless you're in a situation where one party just like, I don't work, I'm at home, I get it. Like, there is no able to make money. But I think that the ability to own something, like, this is mine, and that's yours, and maybe there's, like, a shared pool in the middle, but having, like, your own secret little coffers of, like, to do what you want, that's, like, so important to me.
So what do you, like, what makes sense about it to you? Aren't you scared that Quincy will empty all your bank account monies and leave you?
Or she's scared you will with another truck.
She has absolutely more reason to be afeared than I am, because I'm not great with money. She's really, really good with money.
Yeah.
But like I'm a gearhead. I like stuff. I shop a lot. I eat lots of food. So I don't know. I guess the things I'm bringing up make it not such a good idea.
So here's the craziest example of control of money that I've ever experienced from another person. This person has multiple bank accounts for their wife, singular, and gives them
changes things.
And gives them a debit card connected to each one and puts a picture of what they're allowed to use that for.
That's wild.
So it has one debit card has food on it. One has clothes on it, one has kids on it, and he's like, that's your allowance, and that's what you get.
I want to know who it is.
You know exactly who it is.
Does it start with a
It starts with a
That is badonkadonks.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I mean, it's not, but that is crazy.
And
Yeah.
what's so wild is that this person has money that she doesn't know about because he's like, you can't trust women.
And this person took so much money into crypto and Bitcoin, so much winning and losing and trading. They got a bill from the IRS for over $1 million. Someone needs to give him a credit card just with make smart decisions on it, and that's all they're able to use.
So but he's like, it's my wife that you gotta watch.
She's crazy.
She loses money like it's her head.
If it's her, she'll go to the movies by herself once a month.
Yeah.
Insanity.
I feel like I would just be like too petty to share. Like it would be like if my partner was like, well, I'm gonna buy this thing with our money, I'd be like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what about me? That's mine now. You know?
I think the thing that makes it make a lot of sense to me is like if you are going to have the same, like if you live very separate lives, sure, whatever. But if you like are living a life together and you like have the same goals, the same things you want to do long term.
Yeah.
I think to have your stuff split up makes that really difficult. It's like, oh, we want to do this thing. What are you contributing? What am I contributing?
Yeah.
It's like that gets real sticky.
Yeah.
You know?
We have friends that have separate bank accounts and they are together, and it's very fun because they'll like Venmo each other for like groceries.
Yeah.
or
See, that
whatever.
seems insane to me.
Yeah, that's the other side of it too.
Yeah.
It's like there is a common public pool of expenses that
Right.
should come that way.
Yeah.
But your wife also seems to be like cool. It's just like, I'm gonna speak in generalities, but it's like I ate out 8 times this week, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. If that makes you happy, man. You do you.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to someone
Yeah.
be like, oh, really? And I could have used that for blankety blankety blank.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I would like it much more if the other person made more money and they didn't care if I spent it. That would be my ideal situation.
The ideal situation would be probably have like everyone pay for everything and all your bills all the time and be able to just keep what you make for yourself. Would probably be the best thing.
This other couple that I met, I thought it was interesting. They don't split rent. They have separate accounts, but they don't split rent equally.
Yeah.
They pay according to how much money they make.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
I could have bought.
Yeah, I've got a friend who kind of set up like that, but they each are responsible for different bills. So like,
Oh, really?
She pays the mortgage, he pays for like cars and insurance.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's like it's always evolving.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's why we have to return to the traditional family. It just makes sense. From a financial perspective. I mean, I'm just saying. The world's changing a little bit too fast.
This is the fake take.
This is the
This
fake.
is the fake.
Yeah.
But Caleb, we wrote a song about this.
We did,
About
yeah.
joint bank accounts.
Yeah, it's called My Money, Your Money? Big question mark.
Let's hear it. Sharing stuff with you, my dear. Nothing could be hotter. We share the utility bill, so we both portion out hot water. And you know it's always good, and you know that we're never rude, because we always equally share the expense of fast food. My stuff is your stuff, and your stuff is my stuff. As long as we keep it that way, it won't be rough. Our stuff is our stuff.
But I'm spending a little bit more on mortgage, so you better stop it. I don't like the way you wear your Converse on our carpet. It's making a mess and I don't like it, so I hope you stop it. The tiny things build up over time, and that's what leads to divorce.
Well, I don't wanna be sad, don't wanna have the blues, but you overspend on shoes. I don't get to enjoy your Nike or Airbox or Air Force Ones. It's no fun. I wish I could, but I've got size 21s.
That's huge feet.
And I'm only 6 foot. My stuff is your stuff. Your stuff is my stuff.
My stuff,
My stuff
is your stuff, and your stuff is my stuff. Well, I've got a bone to pick with you. You're spending too much on toilet paper for your big doo-doos.
Excuse me?
That's right, I'm keeping track. I'm the kind of person that counts. And I want you to stop making me spend so much toilet paper a pound.
I can't believe you brought up my bowel movements. It's making me freak, because you know what they say about the bowel movements of people with big feet.
My stuff is not your stuff, but your stuff is my stuff. My stuff is not your stuff, but your stuff is my stuff.
This side of the bed is all mine. You can't touch it.
And this side of the shower is all mine. It's the one with the faucet.
This side of the toilet is mine. It's the side with the bowl.
Well then, I think we can both use it together. My stuff is not your stuff. Your stuff is not your stuff. My stuff is not your stuff. And your stuff is my stuff.
Let's not fight.
Mommy wouldn't want us to act this way. She taught us better.
May he rest in peace. Wouldn't want step siblings to fight like these.
Let's put away our troubles and take up our arms. Let's turn this into cuddles, even though the world thinks it's wrong.
Money is just money. We're two step siblings in power. So come on, step into this bath and let's take a shared shower. My stuff is your stuff. Your stuff is my stuff. This about to get real rough. Our stuff is our stuff. How about we share that bank account? Our stuff is our stuff.
Hot take complete.
We didn't mention it in the first one, but in the Shrek song, two step siblings made out at the end of that one too.
Yeah.
We just cut it off before time.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crazy.
every good song has a make out at the end.
There's so many stepsister, stepbrother songs and step sibling songs that they just don't say they're about step siblings. Like,
Oh, for sure.
It's Baby It's Cold Outside.
Baby, it's called that.
That's all that starts with.
All about step siblings.
Oops, I did it again.
Single ladies.
WAP.
Bridge over troubled water.
Any country song.
Hey, all country songs.
All country songs.
These boots are made for walking. Step bro. Oh man, but we hope what is never walking is you. And we hope you like this new show called Hot Take Tuesday. If you want us to keep going, comment down below. And hey, you can also share some of your hot takes. If we agree with them, we'll feature them on the show. And we'll give you one free shout out. Normally it costs $9.99. I just realized we didn't figure out how to sign this out, so I guess we'll just try to recreate the opening song. Ready? From memory. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
These takes are too hot for Mondays. That's why we do Hot Take Tuesdays. Some takes are just not fake. And some takes are not fake.
We'll get it next time. See you later. Bye.
Hot take Tuesday.